first cooking video, so bear with me, guys. So whoever follows me on social media, like Instagram mainly, I barely go on Snapchat, but you guys will see that I love to cook. And yes, I do have experience in the kitchen, obviously. So what I'm making tonight for my family is spaghetti. So we have the water here boiling. I don't know if you guys could see the steam, but I had it on low for a while, and now it's on 7. So the water is boiling. I'm gonna put the noodles in soon. So I do use Prego Traditional sauce for the ground beef, of course. And I do add, I don't just use the sauce. You have to, well, I don't know, some people like plain spaghetti, like the sauce. But I do put in my own ingredients. So I do have some chopped up garlic that I'm going to be adding to the sauce. And then I add like 7 teaspoons, I don't know if you guys can see, 7 teaspoons of sugar to the sauce also. Then I add some oregano. If you guys don't know what oregano is, it's like kind of like similar to bay leaf, but it's like a herb. Yeah, and I also add garlic powder. I add onion powder too, but like I'm already adding onions also to the sauce. All of that I just showed you guys, I add to the sauce. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop this onion up, guys. And it's already like messing with my nose, but so yeah, chop up the onions. And I'm gonna chop it into little pieces because the boys don't really like onions, so I have to chop it up to where it mixes in with the sauce and you could barely tell. So when you put the onions in the sauce, it's gonna get really, really soft and shrink, of course. So I try to make the onions as small as possible so it blends in with the spaghetti sauce. Dice it up as small as I can, and my husband doesn't really care for onions either, so he doesn't really care for vegetables, period, but he eats it since I'm the one cooking it. So I don't know if you guys could see how small the onion pieces are coming. I usually make dices, or I leave it like long and stringy because I love onions. I could eat onions plain. So small little pieces because they will shrink. I try to add vegetables to, I totally forgot. So I forgot about, so some of the garlic pieces I leave, I don't chop it up. So the little pieces, I don't chop it up. Like these little skinny ones, I'll just leave it like this. But if they're big like this, I'm gonna dice them up into little pieces. So I'm gonna dice them all up together. And the ground beef that I do use, I went to the commissary because commissary is like the cheapest place to go. Everyone in the military knows that, but I use ground beef. This one is 81% lean, so I usually use the one that looks like a sausage. But yeah, so I'm trying to make this video fast because the kids' bedtime is at 8 o'clock, so I'm gonna make this. This is like a really fast dinner to make, by the way. One of the fastest dinners. So this, if I cut fast, this dinner will take like maybe this meal, yeah, dinner meal, whatever, will take you like less than 30 minutes to make. So, and ground beef cooks really fast. So you ain't gotta worry about that. These onions are like burning my eyeballs already. So old school cooks, aunties and uncles and papas and grandmas know that when you cut onions and your eyes start burning, you have to run your hands under cold water, and then you'll feel everything start going away. So I don't know if you guys could see the garlic, so I try to dice it up into little pieces. So garlic also cooks fast too, so you kind of want to put garlic and onions cook really, really fast. So you want to put all of this in maybe like 5 minutes before 5 minutes before the ground beef is done. So, I'm not done with these onions. Enough. I'll use the whole onion. Stretch it out. So for the onions, I just cut it in any.
Ready?
Almost done. The commissary was packed still yet.
Let me go see.
7 today. I thought it was 6.
Wow. Stay right there.
Is the boys in the shower already?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like super packed. So, it's done. So, mixing it with the garlic. Oh, my nose is itchy. So the onions and the garlic, I'm gonna mix it together because this is what I'm gonna add to the spaghetti sauce and the ground beef. My eyes are burning, guys, so I'm rinsing my hands under cold water, like I said. The trick. I don't know if you guys can see my eyeballs and my face. It's like all red. I have to go to the store. Mommy forgot the spaghetti sauce. Huh? So I'm about to add the, make sure your water is like, the water has to be boiling when you add the spaghetti noodles in, okay? So I don't know if you guys can see. Let me bring you guys closer. It's boiling, and every time I make spaghetti, we have a lot of leftovers, and it's because I like to use, not like, but I keep forgetting, I use the whole entire box, which you don't need to. If you have a family, well, my dad's over on the weekends and Wednesdays, so when my dad's over, I make extra, but my dad barely eats that much. Continue my video, I told you guys that I had the noodles going, and then I had the ground beef going, and tonight, yes, I am making spaghetti. So, as you guys can see, I added water. I do boil my ground beef in water. My husband ruined the video because he called me. But anyway, like I said, got the noodles. The noodles is done. And then it looks like it needs to be drained. So what I do to drain it, we don't have a big drainer right now because I keep forgetting to buy one. So, we have a little drainer here. What, you see these little holes in here? That's what I'm going to use to drain the noodles. So I'm going to drain it. So it's not ready to be drained yet. So, the ground beef, it's been on here for a good 5 minutes. Yeah, I think 5 minutes or 6 minutes now. And it looks like it's all done. So the big pieces, make sure you chop it up. And I'm using this big fork looking thing because, not fork looking thing, but this big fork utensil. Chop it up. So it looks about ready. Yeah, it looks about ready to get drained. So I also do the same exact thing to drain the meat. I put this over it, and then I drain it that way. Drain all the water out of it. So, going, use this to drain it out. I don't know if you guys heard me say ooh because some of the ground beef came out. A little bit of it came out. So now that that's all done, I'm gonna put it on low. Well, not on low, maybe like 5. Ground beef is done. I'm gonna do is add my ingredients, not ingredients, but seasoning to the ground beef. So what I'm adding right now is the garlic powder. I'm gonna add garlic powder also to the spaghetti sauce. What I'm also gonna add is garlic salt to the ground beef. Don't add too much. I put a lot of seasoning in my spaghetti, but everyone that tried my spaghetti told me that it was good. And I was like, you guys better not be lying to me because I take my cooking very seriously. That going. So everything's done with the ground beef. Put that on the side. So now what I'm gonna do is drain the noodles. The noodles drained. What I'm gonna do is put the noodles in a different bowl and take it out of the pot so the noodles could cool off. Got the noodles. Ground beef is cooling off. So now what I'm gonna do with the pot that I use for the so what I'm going to use with the pot that I use for the noodles is I'm going to go ahead and, oh my goodness, okay, cut it open, is warm up the sauce. So, I'm doing the sauce now. Add more garlic powder to the sauce. Then I'm gonna add some oregano to the sauce. I'll let you guys see a bit closer. I don't add too much. Okay, so with the noodles cooling off, with the ground beef, and then I showed you guys my ingredients. This is like 7 or 8 teaspoons of sugar I add to the sauce. This is chopped up onions and garlic and some minced garlic, fresh. I like to use everything fresh, except for the spaghetti sauce. I was gonna make my own spaghetti sauce, like from scratch, but don't have time, and the boys' bedtime is at 8, so I need to get this done by 7:30. It's done. So, let you guys see a bit closer. This is how it looks, all the seasoning that I added. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to put the sauce on high. I'm going to add my sugar. And I'm going to add my onions and my garlic. There you guys go. Everything. So this sauce